Pussycat, Pussycat, where have you been?
If not, it's not 100% important.
Well, it's been a whirlwind few days, and there's lots to tell you about, and it may have to go into 2 or 3 different vlogs because it's just too much, and I have so many videos and photographs on this card that I need to make room in my computer to be able to put them in there to edit them, which I'll be working on tomorrow, I guess. But poor Brian ought to be dog tired. They rented a car when they got in, and Brian's been hauling the groom and bride and all their stuff for the last few days, and Ashley and I have been hanging out together. We had a great time. Ashley has the same sense of humor as me. We had a great time. A lot of fun. She's a lot of fun. And yeah. See, Thursday was bachelor party night. Ashley and I went out to eat to a Greek restaurant. We had saganaki, and we had everything from A to Z, ending with galactoburico. Yum, yum. And the leftovers that we brought back home, the cat liked them. So he now eats Greek food too. Yay! Brian didn't get home from the bachelor thing until about 3:30 in the morning because people that he was with, they wanted to go here and they wanted to go there and they wanted to do this. Poor Brian. Then Friday, Brian and Ashley had to go over to Illinois to the little church to practice because they have like rehearsal where the groom is told where to stand and the bride and what happens next and all that good stuff. And then they had like a barbecue dinner afterwards. So they got back about 11 at night. That was Friday. Saturday was the day of the wedding. We got up, we went out for breakfast, got some supplies to mark up Steve's car, and Brian left to go take Steve down, and then Ashley and I dropped by the hotel where Steve and Krista were going to spend their wedding night to mark up their car. It's all good stuff. I mean, it'll come off. And balloons and streamers and stuff. And then, let's see, and then we headed off toward the wedding. The wedding was nice. It was a hot day. Then Brian had to take the bride and groom to some park in St. Louis to have pictures taken, while the rest of us either went over to the banquet hall or just kind of milled around for a while, a couple hours worth. And then we went over to the banquet hall. It was nice. The bride's father plays in a big band. It's a small big band, you know, like 1940s music. And they even have a crooner who sounds just like Frank Sinatra. Beautiful, just gorgeous. They did such a wonderful job. At first you hear this old people music and you're going, oh God. But they were so good, and I enjoyed it so much. My mother would have just had the time of her life. That was her music in high school, 1945, and she would have loved it. I enjoyed it, and got to meet some oddball people, but some of the more oddball people were the more fun people. And that place closed at 11, and they were like, okay, time to go, and the bride says, God, it's like they're kicking us out. And I'm thinking, yeah, they have to go home, you know. It's 11 o'clock at night. They're only open till 11. So they weren't ready to call it a day. And Brian wanted Ashley and I to go along because he wanted an excuse to make the night shorter. You know, my mom's tired and I'm worried about her and I'm going to follow him home. That kind of thing. So the bride and groom, we went to the Central West End, which is kind of a young people between couple colleges, and there's coffee shops and bars and stuff. So we went to a coffee shop that had ice cream, and we hung out there for a little while. But we had to walk a couple blocks because we couldn't find parking nearby. And people would see a bride dressed in their wedding dress and a groom, you know, and they were all saying, "Oh, congratulations!" and hooping and hollering, and I'm sure they loved it. So we were sitting at the coffee shop, and the bride's brother wanted to come too, so he came with a couple bridesmaids, and he had had 10 drinks at the reception and was cut off by the bartender. Like, no more, buddy. So he was... Oh my. So, anyway, I'm so tired I can't even think. And we basically called it a day. Brian took them back to the hotel. I don't think they saw their car till this morning. When they're driving up to Chicago, and then from Chicago they're going to Door County, wherever that is, up north somewhere, which I've heard so many good things from people that have been up there. And they're going to hang out up there for their honeymoon. So we got up today, and we went, did we eat here? We ate here. I made breakfast. And Brian and Ashley had to go return the tuxedo about 20 miles away from here, and then they came back. They had eaten lunch. And they got their showers and their stuff together, and they're on their way home. It says by the airplane arrival thing for their airport that they should be in about 25 minutes. So I like to watch the arrival time and flight time and the little airplane go across the map. The first airplane of the two that they had to take, you could see the map with the little airplane going across the map. But the second flight, it doesn't have that. So I'm just looking at updates and trying to figure out when they're going to land. I told them to contact me somehow, whether it's a message or Facebook or something. Just let me know you're okay when you land. I know they're going to be so tired. It was just over too quickly. He did go through a few things and say, keep giveaway. So at least I have a better idea. He said he will try to come back after his school is done in December to see some of his other friends. And maybe if I can get myself together and have any more questionable things, whether to keep them or not, then he can tell me then. So, oh, golly. I'm sorry I've been talking so long. So I've got to figure out how to do all the stuff I have to do with the computer and hopefully not erase anything. Oh my God, that would be awful. Yeah. So, yeah, I'll be doing that. Upward and onward.